Every year, hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of the best drivers in the country, even the world, descend upon the frozen Sooner State to compete in dirt racing's glory race. The 2023 Chili Bowl will see many champions, young guns, and big names return to the 1/5 mile for 6 nights of crazy racing unique to this event. Even with Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson, 2 of the biggest stars to have won this event, not making the trip this year, there's still a ton of talent on track. This is a shortened, notable list, a bandwagoner's guide, if you will, for the 37th annual Chili Bowl. Night number 1 is Cummins qualifying night in Tulsa. This is the group of names to watch out for throughout the opening night of the show. We start the Monday crowd with a driver from Ohio, coming off another season with the All-Star Circuit of Champions, and a second at the Fort Wayne Rumble is Cap Henry. Driving the 03 car in his rookie Chili Bowl campaign from Versailles, Missouri, for Meyer Rossi Motorsports is a true outlaw of 410 racing, Ayrton Genitin. Darren Nida is a third-generation racer derived from engineers of the mighty Novi engine project. He's coming off Rookie of the Year in the Attica Fremont Series, and this will be his first Chili Bowl.
A NASCAR Cup Series star out of Mitchell, Indiana, driving his own number 5 Ford Performance entry, it is Chase Briscoe. He races regularly for Swindell Speed Labs. The native of Mooresville, North Carolina, joins the Keith Kunz camp for his second attempt at the Chili Bowl. This is Gavin Boschel. Out of Plainfield, Indiana, the 2015 IRA Outlaw Sprint Series champion Bill Rose looks to find victory lane in Tulsa. Driving the 08 car is a 2-time Monday night preliminary winner out of Bigsby, Oklahoma, and the gear wrench car for 2023 will be Cannon McIntosh.
Driving for Matt Wood all year long in his NOS Energy Drink cars, this will be his 16th run at the Chili Bowl. Out of Fremont, California, it's Shane Golobic. Coming off his rookie season with the Outlaws, Noah Gass will pilot his own 20G machine in his home state. Multi-time D2 Midget champion, this 16-year-old turned heads as a future star in 2022. Watch see him move to a national level and sneak a good finish with his Trent Shoring number 25. It's Jacob Denny. He locked into the show with a B-main victory last year. Indiana native and All-Star Sprints competitor Zeb Wise will pilot one of the 2 Rudine Racing entries.
In his 7th Chili Bowl since 2010, the Arizona driver-owner Alex Bowman looks to take his 55X to Chili Bowl glory. The 16 years young sensation driving the Keith Kunz Motorsports TRD67 is Oklahoma City's Ryan Timms. A big-name YouTube personality racing on the West Coast, he's making his first go of the race as Oregon's Tanner Holmes.
From Tucson, Arizona, with a history of championships in USAC, Jerry Kunz Jr. is a regular here and will attempt the Chili Bowl for the 26th time driving for Central Motorsports. Another all-star competitor and NOS Energy driver in the CB Industries 89 from Canton, Illinois, is Chris Windle.
The second evening has 15 drivers on our list for Tuesday's Warren Cat qualifying night. The 2022 Kevin Gobrak Rookie of the Year winner Spencer Baston is shooting to kickstart 2023 with a winning stride. The Lebanon, Indiana native will be driving the RMS 1S. Representing New Zealand is a many-time and defending champion out there with sprint cars and midgets alike. He's racing for Dave Mack, and his 10th showing at the event is Michael Pickens.
Somewhere around a 4th or 5th cousin to Steve and Craig Kinzer, this weekly driver in Indiana is a crowd favorite in his home neck of the woods. Representing Bedford, Indiana, driving for Chase Briscoe, it's Jordan Kinzer. A part-time competitor in the NASCAR Cup Series making his dirt midget racing debut in the Ramco Speed Group 7C is Wisconsin's Josh Bilicki. He spent most of 2022 recovering from a severe back injury, but he returns to the driver's seat for the second time at the Chili Bowl. In his home state with the 19A car, it's reigning Rookie of the Year, Dason Pursley.
Driving with a familiar 63 sticker in USF 2000 for Joe Dooling, who owned Brian Clausen's Midget for many years, is Trey Burke of Alvin, Texas in his 2nd consecutive entry. From Fenton, Michigan is a non-wing champion in the Great Lakes with his own Flying Zero car. He's not a crock hunter, he's a racer. Steve Irwin will drive the Simon 23S.
In the second Rudine Racing entry, Washington's Chance Crum is a young midget racing novice looking for the Chili Bowl title. One of the females racing in 2023 has experience with rally cars, off-road trucks, micros, and sprint cars. She races for Mark Daly in the 28M. This is Gray Leadbeater. Tim McCready is a champion late model driver who's also won with Big Block Modifieds, raced in NASCAR, and he's the 2006 Chili Bowl winner. He represents Watertown, New York, and could definitely spoil the fun for the open wheel guys.
All in the family with the Spike chassis number 46. From Brownsburg, Indiana, is the son of Aldo, nephew to Mario, brother of John. It's Adam Andretti in his first Chili Bowl. The champion of the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series enters car number 47 for Andy Bondio, Zach Daum out of Pocahontas, Illinois. Out of Raymond, Washington is a member of the PA Posse who will be starting his third year on the East Coast after making this his rookie appearance in Tulsa. Driving for Matt Wood is the daredevil, Devin Borden. Last year, she became the first ever female to make the A-main of the Chili Bowl. She ended up 7th in USAC Midget points, Kaylee Bryson. In his 4th Chili Bowl entry is the 2021 USAC Midget champion who won the Tuesday night qualifier last year. Michael, aka Buddy Kofoid, out of California will enter the race coming off a great 4th place run in the A-main last year.
Smack in the middle is Wednesday. This is Smiley's Racing Products night for the 3rd qualifier in the week. A magnate of the Canadian dirt track scene, with his name on countless dirt cars throughout North America. With a fleet of Ohsweken Speedway cars in his possession, Glenn Stiers will drive the Zero G car. A dirt racing legend who has won this race 5 times and numerous others from Lakeland, Tennessee, and his own number 1, Sammy Swindell. Driving the Jack Yaley number 1G is the all-star from Monrovia, Indiana, looking to start off the year with a bang, Justin Peck.
A former NASCAR Cup Series competitor who has been keeping busy with dirt racing, from Bixby, Oklahoma, driving the 2V, it's Tanner Berryhill. He is a 7-time and reigning Silver Crown champion and the all-time winningest driver in that series. The Dan Binks 4P will be piloted by California's Cody Swanson. Caleb Henry is a 23-year-old West Coast sprint car driver out of Sacramento, California, teaming up with drag racing legend Cruz Pedregon in the 6H for his first Chili Bowl. This other 16-year-old phenom out of California turned plenty of heads last year with his work in 410 sprint car competition. Ready to take on the Chili Bowl in the 07W for Matt Wood Racing, it's Corey Day. Also in the group of Wednesday qualifiers, driving the 7S is the 2014 Chili Bowl Rookie of the Year and All-Star Sprint Car competitor out of Kokomo, Indiana. It's the law firm Parker Price Miller.
An absolute goofball, this iconic driver started and successfully grew a YouTube channel to partner the wild personality of his full-time midget racing. He got 3rd in the USAC Midget points this past year, T-Mez, Thomas Meseral. The son of NASCAR modified star Mike McLaughlin, Max took the modified blood back to the dirt and finished 4th in the Super Dirt Car Series. Now he moves over to a Honda-powered midget for his rookie entry at the Chili Bowl. She doesn't race as often as she used to, but she's still strapping in for her 3rd Chili Bowl attempt. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s niece, Carson Elledge, will drive Dave Mack's 08K. This is a Texan driver who won 5 straight ASCS championships and has entered 12 Chili Bowls previously. Sam Haferteep Jr. will pilot his own car for entry 13. This kid is the 2022 North American Formula 1000 champion and a member of the Jonathan Bird family out of Arizona. This is the rookie, Nathan Bird.
His father Andy operates Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, and he grabbed 2 wins in midget competition at Jacksonville Speedway this season. This is Hayden Reinbold of Chandler, Arizona. A true outlaw and 2-time Chili Bowl champion driving in the Keith Kunz 24 car. From St. Helena, California, it is Rico Abreu. She won an Extreme Outlaw feature at Millbridge this past May, a hometown hero, Oklahoma Sooner cheerleader, and seasoned dirt midget racer. Driving another Keith Kunz entry into the 25K is Taylor Reimer. At the ripe age of 19, 2 seasons of NASCAR trucks racing already under the belt for the Portage, Michigan driver, joining the Wednesday night crew. And the 31H will be Carson Hocevar.
The owner of Rocket Designs, who also partakes in the open-wheel dirt racing scene regularly, multi-time regional 360 champion from right down the road in Broken Arrow, it's Roger Crockett. He's got over 300 wins in modified and late model action to his name. This Hoosier has won multiple IMCA championships and had some good runs in the Tulsa Shootout and the Gateway Dirt Nationals in December. This is Ricky Thornton Jr. Piloting his own Speedway Toyota-powered machine is the 2021 ASCS champion and grandson of Emmett Hahn. The founding promoter of the Chili Bowl in the number 52 is Blake Hahn. A non-wing sprint car and USAC veteran driving for Steve Bordner on Wednesday night in the number 54 entry is Pleasant Hill, Ohio's Matt Westphal.
In another Alex Bowman machine, a sprint car competitor with 8 wins in 2022, out of Anaheim, California, is Jake Swanson in the 55A. Fresh off a second-place finish in the Tulsa Shootout with the Winged Outlaws division in the 71M, he's a young gun racing in Trackhouse colors from Trans Am to Micros, North Carolina's Brent Cruz. A standout rookie season of USAC racing from the 22-year-old of Raisin City, California. USAC Midget Rookie of the Year Mitchell Moles piles the 89X for CB Industries.
The 4th night of the week will be Thursday's JCT qualifying night with 23 big names on the list. After revitalizing his career in 2022, the kid from Hanover, Pennsylvania, and World of Outlaws star Jacob Allen takes his first stab at the Chili Bowl, driving for Cruz Pedregon alongside Caleb Henry. From Phoenix, Arizona is current NASCAR Cup Series driver, former IndyCar competitor, and USAC Triple Crown winner is the 46-year-old J.J. Yaley. Connor Morrell is a young gun out of Florida making his first Chili Bowl appearance, mainly focusing on 410 and 360 winged action, and is easily recognizable a Molly car. He will pilot the Mark Daly 2MD.
This is the 2020 POWRi National Midget League champion now competing in the IRA Sprint Car Series. Jake Newman will be driving the 3N Toyota-powered entry. A big name in the UMP modified world who's going full-time in Silver Crown next year, coming off a good run at the Gateway Dirt Nationals, is Kyle Steffens of St. Charles, Missouri. Originally from Alabama, he's been based in Indiana for a while, racing in USAC and starting 22 with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. In a Tim's Alexander entry coming off a top 10 in last year's feature is Kevin Thomas Jr. Defending Extreme Outlaw Sprint Car Series champion Shane Cockrum wheels for Ramco Speed Group in the 7M. Out of Benton, Illinois, he will enter the Chili Bowl for the first time since 2018. 2020 USAC Sprint Car Rookie of the Year Jaden Rogers has made an exciting squeeze of his Monday night prelim last year. He represents the Hoosier State with the Next Level medal machine for his second entry in the event. The reigning USAC Sprint Car Rookie of the Year out of Franklin, Indiana with the Driven to Save Lives machine. He jumps to Reinbold Underwood Motorsports with AME Electrical to start 2023 and take part in this year's event, Emerson Axum.
One of the most accomplished wingless drivers in the country wheels the 21H in his attempt to add the Chili Bowl to his long list of prestigious titles. Representing 4 USAC Sprint Car titles is the Macho Man Brady Bacon. This man's been racing since he was 16 back in the 1980s, a staple entry at this event. Don Drow Jr. returns again with the Team Jack Foundation supporting his 22T entry. He is a seasoned 45-year-old sprint car and midget racing veteran. Out of Pennsylvania, it is the Royersford Rocket, Steve Buckwalter. He had a hell of a soup run in last year's event, so watch for a little extra magic when crunch time comes. J-Mac is a USAC sprint car driver with his 10th start at the Chili Bowl coming this year. He makes this run with a 47X.
From Millersville, Missouri is a guy who races microsprints, 360s, 410s, midgets, wingless sprints, basically anything he can. Always recognizable with the 51B on the side is Joe B. Miller. In the third Alex Bowman entry is a 2019 USAC National Sprint Car Champion, defending a third in the championship last year. Out of Tucson, Arizona is CJ Leary. Usually we see the son of broadcasting icon Vince Welch reporting on races with a voice bred for commentary. Occasionally, though, he straps in himself, and with his racing beginnings in midget competition, it only makes sense to see Dylan Welch back for an 11th Chili Bowl entry. Concord, California's Damian Gardner is the 2008 Chili Bowl champion and a 9-time USAC CRA Sprints champion. He will be behind the wheel of the 71G Honda-powered machine. Another entry for Thursday night finished the year 8th in ASCS points as a rookie, and he's easy to find on iRacing. From Benton, Arkansas is Landon Crawley. Out of Pen Grove, California is a 26-year-old West Coast winged sprint car driver. He started in the A-Main for 2 straight years, and Chase Johnson is looking for more as he drives the CB Industries number 86.
This Team NOS driver is from Hollister, California, and is the all-time wins leader for the USAC West Coast Sprints. With Matt Wood racing, it's Ryan Bernal. The reigning champion of the Chili Bowl from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, was also runner-up for Thursday night prelims last year. He drives his own entry in 2023. This is Tanner Thorson. Young Toyota wheelman and defending POWRi Lucas Oil Midget champion. He is from Lubbock, Texas, in the Keith Coons 97 Brenham Crouch. The Monday night prelim winner in 2022 moves to Thursday night with his Keith Coons number 98 car. He races 360 and 410 sprint cars in California with his brother. This is Tanner Carrick.
Friday night is presented by Hard Rock Casino, and it's the final qualifier before the Alphabet Soup of Saturday begins the countdown to a champion. 17 drivers to watch out for go as following. Extreme Outlaw Midget Series runner-up Bryant Wiedemann represents Colby, Kansas for the second time in the Keith Coons 01 machine after being the 2021 POWRi champion. He's reigning USAC Sprint Car champion, he's the reigning Friday Night Qualifier winner, he's the reigning Invitational Race of Champions winner, he's in the 2J, Ione, California's Justin Grant. Southern Indiana has some representation in this 3G Steyrs Cummins entry. 5 times he's been the Midwest Sprint Car Series champion, and he picked up the big check for the SmackDown at Kokomo last year. F it, that's Kyle Cummins. One of the best-known, more popular drivers in the Indiana weekly scene with the Josh Burton-owned 04, now moves back to the Midget for his 8th entry. Brownsburg, Indiana sends us A.J. Hopkins in the 7P.
This is crew chief of the Vermeer Motorsports 410, who also takes time to have his own fun with his 98 car. Originally from Missouri is the driver of the 11B, Clinton Boyles. One of the more dominant micro drivers of recent years and the winningest driver of the Western States USAC Midget Series is back for his 9th Chili Bowl. Representing Hanford, California is Michael Facento. Attending his 4th Chili Bowl, the great Santino is looking to turn heads in Tulsa as he heads into his full-time ride with AJ Foyt's IndyCar team in 2023.
Out of Pennsylvania is a fuel injection specialist from Hyper Chassis who's worked as a car chief in USAC and won the KKM Give Back Classic. He's a former PA Posse member, Brian Carber. This man is a USAC Eastern Sprint Car standout as he won the 2021 Series Championship and finished second in a qualifying night at the Chili Bowl last year. Driving the 19B, this is Pennsylvania's Alex Bright.
Out of Owasso, Oklahoma is the 9th winningest driver in World of Outlaws history. He's the 2013 champion of that series and has been racing in the Chili Bowl since 1997. Driving the car number 21 is Darren Pittman. Runner-up in Silver Crown points in 2021 and 2022, Logan Seavey is looking to take victory at the Chili Bowl driving for Kevin Swindell and Bertrand Motorsports.
A 21-year-old out of Allentown, PA is a USAC East Coast champion who also races wing sprint cars, modifieds, micros, and more. Returning to the Chili Bowl driving the 45H is Briggs Danner. This is a former Roush Racing NASCAR competitor from the mid-2000s, and his own 55K is Sun Prairie, Wisconsin's Todd Cleaver in his second attempt at the Chili Bowl. They call him the Throttle. This is a longtime driver in USAC competition who won the Friday night qualifier in 2011 and has a little 500 win to his name. From Kansas, Illinois, as in a town called Kansas in the state of Illinois, Shane Cottle. After a third place finish in the points with the All-Star Sprints, Missouri's Hunter Schurenberg controls the 73H JFM ride looking for Chili Bowl glory.
The 2021 World of Outlaws rookie coming off a 2nd place in ASCS competition, once again aiming to win in Tulsa, is Wayne Johnson of Tuttle, Oklahoma for 2C Racing.
The last name on our list is recognizable because he will be racing alongside his father Shane in the Friday night qualifier. 26 years young in the 81C is Colton Cottle in his 11th start at the event. So that's the field. Leave a comment below on who you think will take the crown to start the 2023 season, and hopefully you'll do the same as us and glue yourself to your screens for the week of racing. Thank you to Cole and Matt for helping me with this video, and thank you all for watching.